Good morning, beautiful people! Welcome back to LeAw, Leave Everything and Wonder, and welcome back to Sicily. My name is Luca, this is my wife Sara, and this beautiful little lady is our daughter Luce.
Today we will be starting a new project, something that we have never done before, so we are pretty excited. What you are seeing here is a section of the material that we will need to build our decorative exposed vintage wiring.
We have a parrot. Parrot.
Parrot, yes, we have a parrot.
Pappagallo.
We bought this material online and everything is in porcelain. We have the switches, we have the shuko sockets, we have the bypasso sockets, we have these cable clips. For what? For these silk braided cables. Luca, how do you feel? Because you are the mastermind, I'm just your assistant.
As you can imagine, I'm a little bit overwhelmed because it's something that I've never done with this technique this way. But I'm excited because I love doing things for the first time and I love learning. So let's try. Let's start working, Sara. What do you think?
Yeah, I just want to show them how we have the wiring right now in the house and why we decided to go with an exposed decorative vintage wiring instead of just doing the standard one.
In this house, they already had the wiring going from outside the wall, so they drill some holes for some boxes to do the connections, but actually all the wiring was already outside the walls. You can see also over there going to the other room. So we didn't have any pipe going inside the walls, and since these walls are really ancient walls, in order to drill and put all the pipes, it was a mess. We decided let's keep it simple and try to go external. Yes, simple. Nobody wants to do this simple external wiring. So we said, okay, we never done it before. Let's try. It's I think the look looks really nice in this ancient house. It's the same with the copper pipes that we decided to do the plumbing. We decided to do the electric in this old vintage way.
But since everything is exposed and is visible, it needs to be, very well done.
Yeah.
It's not inside that you say, okay, then I will cover it, it's exposed. So you will see every wire, you will see everything.
Every hole that you drill, you need to be really careful. The wall needs to be clean.
It has always been my dream to have copper pipes and these silk braided cables in a house, and I think this is the perfect house to try. We are learning. It's all a learning process. Life is a learning process.
To become a pro, you need to learn and make lots of mistakes. It's the only way you become experienced person.
Let's start with the measurements.
This is a really important tool that we are using over here. Okay, on that wall already put all the lines and the measurements.
We'll have two switches here.
Yes, let me try to show them kind of what it will look like. It will look like basically something like this.
And you turn these.
Yes, to turn on. So one is for turning the light on this room, and the other one is to turn it off or on the light on the other room. Since the floorings are not leveled, I'm trying to bring this level to all the rooms. So I have it here in the entrance. I have it here in our bedroom. So I will try to put all the switches. Not try. I will put all this the switches at the same height in all the house, and then I will be doing this also for the sockets. which are way lower.
And since we have a storage room on the opposite side of the wall, you will be drilling a hole, right?
Yes, we will try, instead of bringing the wires from the outside to each switch, to each socket, where we can, I will try to use let's say, on that side of the wall we have a storage, so I will bring the wires inside the storage, but we will have 3 wires from there going in the other room.
But it's a nice cable, it's a nice wire, you see, and we chose this color, is ivory, so it's not optic white, but it's ivory that I like a lot.
Okay, here you can see there are 3 wires inside.
Yes.
Here you can see how they are made inside. We have basically this plastic part that goes first in the wall, then you put that
porcelain
one.
And porcelain.
Yes, and then it goes like this.
It is not easy to find this kind of...
and they are quite expensive, I
Yes.
would say. These cable clips that we will see if we will put it every 20 centimeters or 30.
In the instructions it's written 30.
30.
Yeah. Good morning.
As you can see now, I leveled with the other room over there.
Yeah.
And now I'm leveling with the door to put, we need to put also on this room 2 switch. And here, and what I'm doing, not to ruin the wall, putting some measurements on the wall, I always put some paper tape like
That's
this.
smart, yeah. So we'll not ruin the plaster.
I mark with the tape so I can write on the wall without writing on the wall. You see, when then I have the mark over there.
Yeah.
I can go like this. Okay. And then I do the same because then I need to drill 2 holes for each one.
Yep.
And then I will start doing it also for the lower socket.
Okay.
So these are the switches, and then I'm doing everything also for the socket.
In case we want to add something in the future, can we? Or once you decide we have to just stick with it, or we can add more sockets? And
the good thing about this electric system is that it will be quite easy to add new sockets in the future. So we just need to bring the wires. It's all external, so it's not like we'll have to do a major revolution, you know, breaking the wall and needing to do all the wall again.
Yeah, because since we don't know still what we will put
Yes,
where, it's, you don't want to be, you know, forced then to have like
so basically in the future what we will need to do, if we want to, let's say, add a socket over there, from there that we will have the wires going there, we'll drill holes
for the cable,
for the wire going up and then down, and then we can put the socket over there. So it's quite easy. If we wanted in the other room, from this socket we can drill a hole and put a socket also on the other room in the same place. We can work smart in order to have less work and job to do and optimize everything. Okay, so there is so much involved just in one socket. So there will be 3 drilling, one here and one here to attach this, and then a big hole in the middle so the wires can go on the other side of the wall inside the closet where we will be putting the wires going up and to the main electric source.
Okay guys, a little break from the wiring. It's time now to talk about the big announcement that we mentioned in the last episode. So we know that tons of you started following us and our YouTube channel after 2020 during the pandemic or for our Sicilian adventure. But who has been following us since the beginning knows that Luca and I, we completed an incredible expedition from Alaska to Argentina.
Yeah, we actually were the first YouTube couple attempting and finishing the Pan American Highway, so from the Arctic Ocean in Alaska to the Antarctic Ocean in Ushuaia, Argentina, with a truck camper. So we were super proud and super happy about this. Come on, lucky you, please, we're almost there. After almost 3 years and so much travel. Oh, we can already see the ocean there. So we are almost there.
I think it's like 1 kilometer
I have goosebumps.
Yeah, me too. It's unbelievable, guys. How far we have come, starting 2 years. Guys, Ushuaia. A little recap for who don't know what we did in the past. Luca and I in 2017 we decided to quit our jobs and to start a new life abroad. So with one luggage and 1,700 euro each, we decided to leave Italy and to travel to Canada because we wanted to live on the road. We wanted to make a new experience together, starting also a YouTube channel. So we wanted to share this with a lot of people. After a while, the dream of traveling just Canada and Alaska became different, became bigger. We decided to try to drive the entire Pan American Highway. And since we were on a very restricted budget, the entire expedition was on a budget, we were able to buy a very old truck camper. Lucky you.
YouTube started to work after 2 years and a half. So at the beginning, we were really living with, let's say, 10 euros a day or even less. Our budget was super low. So for us, buying the truck camper was a big step, and we knew that we were going in places really remote. So we wanted a four-wheel drive, and at the end we were able to afford this Ford F-250 in 1990 for the F-250 for $850. $800. It was 1,300 Canadian dollars, but at the times rate exchange, it was $800.
Yeah.
And then we bought in the United States near Seattle a camper that
for around 1,400 US dollars. So
yes.
In total, our expedition vehicle was like $2,000. That wasn't the safest option. Of course, wasn't the smartest option. Everybody told us, it would be impossible. This truck, it's not gonna last the entire expedition. But actually, we can talk about the travels, the expedition for months on this channel because we crossed 16 or 17 countries.
Yes, 17 countries.
We lived on the road 3 years. But at the end, eventually we made it. we drove the entire Pan American Highway. We shipped the truck camper from Panama to Colombia because it's the only...
The Darien Gap is impossible to do it by land with a vehicle right now in this moment, so it wasn't possible.
And we arrived in Ushuaia just in time before COVID hit. So we were just in Ushuaia when we started hearing about, the news from Italy.
Our family was like this is something serious happening.
big.
So be aware that you might need to stay there and not come to Italy, because here in Italy the situation is really bad. And we thought that the COVID, the pandemic, would be only there in Italy or in Europe.
Nobody imagined at the time
that it would be a worldwide pandemic like that. Our dream was it always has been to film a documentary with that vehicle, with our experience and whatever, but the pandemic and COVID changed everything, because we thought that we would leave the vehicle there for a few weeks, let's say, and then come back and continue our adventure, our expedition. But things got a little bit different.
Yeah, we were confined to a police campground for 2 months in Argentina without, services. If we wanted to go and buy some groceries, we had to be escorted by the police. Nobody was talking to us because they were afraid, There was a big confusion. Even there were no rules for people traveling like us, living on the road like us. So it was pretty complicated. And then we just bought the rescue flight from Argentina to Italy after 2 months.
That was super expensive because they were flying basically the planes half empty to leave a seat, empty seat between people. So basically the flight tickets were more than the double. We had to pay more than the double to fly back home, and was really, really hard to be able to reach Buenos Aires with our vehicle. We had to fight with the embassy, with everyone we could, in order to allow us at least to leave that police campground where we were basically prisoners, and be able to arrive in Buenos Aires, where they had the only international airport in order to fly to Italy. Okay, and after more than 1 month, I don't know how many days are, almost 1 month and a half, we'll be exiting this gate with Lucky LeAw. We are happy.
Lucky LeAw on the road again.
Días.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Buen día.
Días.
¿Dónde se dirige, varón?
Vamos a Buenos Aires.
¿A Buenos Aires?
Sí.
¿De dónde viene?
Estábamos en las grutas.
¿Estaban en la ruta?
Sí.
Bueno, ¿sacaron los permisos todo?
Sí, sí, tenemos el permiso de Río Negro.
¿Usted podría bajar con el DNI? ¿El documento nacional de identidad de los dos?
Del pasaporte tenemos.
Sí, el pasaporte de los dos. Dejala acá nomás la camioneta, así te hacen la salida.
They asked Luca to go inside with the 2 passports because they need to give another permission to be able to go. For us, being Lucky LeAw again is like a cure. We are so happy and we have this mix of feelings.
Okay.
All good?
Vamos a Buenos Aires, tenemos el...
Liquidación jurada.
Sí.
¿Certificado médico?
Sí, tenemos.
¿De dónde viene?
De las frutas.
De las rutas.
Okay, they will escort us to fill up the tank at the gas station, and then escort us to exit from this town and keep going. Hola, buenas tardes. De las grutas y vamos a Buenos Aires.
¿De recreación otra?
Sí.
So long story short, we left.
We were forced to leave our...
Yes. Luckily, thanks to a guy that allowed us to park our vehicle in his private property in his garden. Aldo, thank you Aldo again. So we were able to leave the truck camper there and just, go back to Italy. It's emotional to say goodbye to Lucky LeAw, but I can't do anything else. I can just say goodbye, Lucky LeAw. Okay, I hope to see you soon, Lucky LeAw.
See you in a while. Stay there. Be safe. In order to leave our vehicle there, we had to suspend our TIP. So every time you cross a border and you enter a country with a foreigner vehicle, it's like your passport. You have, let's say, 90 days visa, and you have it on your passport for you, for your person, and also for your vehicle. So also the vehicle has a temporary importation permit that basically is a visa, and it expires.
And
so
every country has different rules, laws, and
different duration
Yes.
of the TIP. Since we had to leave the vehicle there because of the pandemic, we were able to suspend the TIP. So now the vehicle is there legally, and it cannot move, it cannot be driven. It has to stay in this private property where we have all the documentation that is there and is not moving. But
now,
it's a big mess because
now for many reasons we have to move the truck camper. We have to leave the property free, and so we wanted to do this long time before. Like
Way
we wanted
before.
to way before, and then I got first the COVID restrictions that we had in Italy, like for over 1 year, and then I got pregnant, and then there was Luce, of course, very like a baby, and then when Luce was 7 months old, Luca had 2 strokes, and three strokes, and all the health problems he had, like he's having right now. So
I couldn't travel, I couldn't leave Italy.
No, and even during my first pregnancy, I could not even drive for a long, drive because I have like a low lying placenta. So it was like everything was very complicated. Now I'm pregnant again. So there will not be the perfect time to go back for us because we know that it will be expensive, will be stressful, but we have to do it. So the big announcement is that we are going back to Lucky View. We are going back to Argentina. I'm just emotional thinking about it.
So after 4 years, we are flying back to our vehicle, our truck camper, and we have 3 options. The more expensive and the most unlikely is the one to get the vehicle, put it on a boat, row because it doesn't fit in a container, and ship it somewhere. But since 2020, the prices went up 3 times more.
Yeah, we asked for some quotes like during these years, and now the last one was for the United States, like from the most convenient port in the south, was kind of like $12,000 US, plus you have to consider the flights there, and then you have to stay there and pay an agent, and so it would be like around
really
$15,000 US, and to Europe would be like around 8 or 9, but then we have to have a special driving license because the truck
is over 5 tons.
Over 5 tons. So this option that was like our
dream,
our favorite options, always been in our mind to have Lucky You back in the United States or in Canada. We know that this is just a vehicle, it's just something, an object, but for us it's been much more, so that's why we are so emotional, because it was our home. We had so many ups and downs. You get attached to things, but we have to be smart right now. We are a family, we have projects to do, so we have to think with our brain and not with our heart. That is very difficult, but okay. So first option is.
So the other 2 options is to sell the vehicle. So try to import the vehicle into the country, so into Argentina, and eventually sell it or
find somebody that is willing to
save the vehicle.
Import the vehicle, because we don't know if like Italians we can do this. Probably we need a power of attorney, so we need an Argentinian person that would like to save Lucky You and use Lucky You.
Yes, because the third option, unfortunately, is to demolish the vehicle, sell it by parts.
We don't know the conditions of Lucky You, of course. It has been sitting there for 4 years in a garden, uncovered, under the rain, the sun, the snow, everything. So you
need to imagine that when we left it, we thought that in 1 week we will be able to fly back and keep traveling. Nobody knew that it would take years to be able to travel again.
And nobody was able to move the vehicle because by law only the owners, after this TIP suspension, only the owner are able to go to aduana and ask the permit again and check everything. So we have to be in person in Argentina to do all this stuff. We will be flying and we will be staying in Argentina from the 18th of September till the 27th of September, so 9 days.
Yes.
We're trying to arrange everything, the papers before, because we know that it can take like up to 4 weeks just to have an officer coming to the place where the truck camper is and check that the vehicle is still there. And since we would like to be prepared and organized, because I'm pregnant, we will have Luce with us.
2 years old, Luce.
And the flight will be pretty long. It's 14 hours flight from Rome Fiumicino to Buenos Aires, and then 12 hour and 50 back, so a long flight. We would like to ask you, first of all, there is somebody of you that could be interested maybe in buying the vehicle and saving the vehicle, import the vehicle in Argentina. There is somebody of you that can rent, give us a car for like 9 days, because we will need to the truck camper is just outside Buenos Aires, so we have to go back and forth and drive back and forth. And third question is, like, we will be flying with Ita Airways. Of course, we book like economy seats because like the flight is pretty expensive. If any of you has some Volare points, Volare miles, that are the reward points of Ita Airways, that is not using anymore this year, that is like, they are just sitting there, because I would love to just upgrade at least Luca to a business class because of all the back pain he has,
Sara.
No.
I have the seat. She's pregnant.
I'm okay.
And or we can switch and make few hours each, but at least have one seat that is a little bit more comfortable. If this can happen, it would be a huge thing for us. There
are a mix of emotions and feelings for us. We were crying one day, very happy the other day. Of course, as I mentioned before, this is not the best time to fly for us, and
it's not the kind of end that we were imagining for our vehicle. We had so many things still in mind that we wanted to do with the vehicle, with the Lucky Liu.
I hope that that will not be an end, hopefully. That we can still make, the documentary with the material that we have, the footage that we have. And it's kind of a monument to us. We were able to accomplish such a big dream, such a huge thing, and inspire people to say, even if you don't have an unlimited budget, probably you will be able to drive the entire Pan-American highway. You will be able to travel 3 years on the road. So
and live an experience, amazing experience. I mean, we had so many breakdowns and so many things going wrong. We risked our lives several times, but still at the end, probably we will do it again, because we grew up and it made us a different person.
It was probably the most beautiful, hard, tough, and experience
of our life.
Right
now we need to do this, and if anyone knows someone in the aduana or in the offices that could help us do something, or if anyone works in a shipping company, and can help us to ship the vehicle.
We are open to every option right now. It will be a big adventure.
Yes.
And so this is big announcement, going back to Lucky Liu soon. Now we have to go back to the wiring. Okay, let's finish at least one part.
Let's try.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. So,
good morning, amore.
Now that we finish drilling all the holes on the walls, what I'm doing, I'm preparing each switch and each plug socket already with the pipe. I'm cutting the pipe, I'm sealing the pipe because I will be putting this inside the wall to connect it with the other room, and so basically I will have a situation like this from one side to the other side, something like this, and in other places we will have like in there we'll have a box, so we'll go inside the box and
because it's not visible, like it's a storage room, so it's not important.
Inside the storage we'll have that situation. The wiring, of course, it must be done with the electrician because everything needs to be by law
certified.
Everything needs to be safe.
But at least we are preparing everything for him.
I'm preparing all the, like, let's say, the aesthetic part and the finish part that you see. Everything that you will not see, basically the electrician will be doing, putting everything that makes this electric system safe.
Luce, wow! Who is this bear?
Betta.
Betta? And the penguin?
Longhi.
DeLonghi? How is outside today?
Con mamma.
Nice.
We are ready to put the pipe. I close it so all the dust that is in there will not go inside the pipe.
How big are the pipes that you are putting? Like how many?
It's 20 millimeters.
Okay. And the
I
whole and
drilled
what's 22?
the whole 22 millimeters. So one and two. Like this. Then it goes like this. Porcelain.
Porcellana in Italian.
It will look exactly like this. So it will be 2 screws that go in here, like this, and here is how you turn on and turn off.
I love it.
Nice.
Yes.
Quite nice. I'm quite proud of this one because look, the 3 holes are perfect. I was taking 2 hours to do things that it usually takes 2 minutes because to do just one thing there are so many options and I was thinking about the outcome for each option and thinking, okay, what's the best way to do it? And I was talking with Sara, should we do it like this? Should we do it like that? So once it's done, it's done. So now I will go a little bit faster, but at the beginning it's hard.
Mamma, sto scrivendo.
What are you writing?
Sto scrivendo la tollina Madonna.
So she's writing the big sister. You will be a big sister. You are already a big sister. Hug. Luce wants to call her baby sister Hug.
For Luce, her sister name is already Hug.
Yes.
She's always referring to her sister as Hug.
Which
Hug.
is sweet.
When are you coming, Hug? Good morning, Hug. Good night, Hug.
Which is like, it's very sweet in English because hug is abbraccio, so it's something very sweet. But in Italian, we have a brand of coffee that is decaffeinated coffee that is called Hag, like Haag. So everybody that is here in Hag, they think that Luce is referring to the coffee and not to the the English Hag. I'm very proud of you. Looks great.
So we have the 2 switches.
Yeah.
One is for the entrance, one is for the room, so
Yeah.
we can turn on and turn off from here and from there.
Yeah.
Here we will have a sciuco.
Sciuco socket. And then this side, another sciuco socket, and here.
From this side we will have 2 switches. One is for turning off and on the one in the sala, in the living room, and one will be for the room.
Are you helping Daddy, Luce? So this is all preparation, but it's very important. Luca is measuring all the distance and the size because we will have 3 wires on the wall here and here. So we have to measure. We call this in Italian isolatori, the clips that will separate the wires. So we were seeing which was the best distance between each other and all aligned.
Sì.
Ancora 2 minuti ancora.
Grazie amore.
Di fianco.
Ancora.
Mamma. Latte, papà latte. Bello.
Grazie. My little worker.
Papà, se non le danno più le tucchinavi purtroppo le tucchi. Papà, I want
Luce?
He wants always more. There's more.
tutti donne bigri di amore.
We were able to make some progress. I'm super happy, but now to keep working we will need to wait the electrician.
Yes. And here is where we will let you go, beautiful people. We hope you enjoyed today's episode.
If so, please share to us, smashing the thumbs up button.
Hit the notification bell and please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. We love you, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming along with us, and stay with us because we will see you super soon.
We'll see you next Sunday, and remember, la vita è bella,
Life is beautiful, and
love
Win.
always wins.
l'amore.
Vince sempre.
L'amore vince sempre.
Ciao ciao.
Ciao!